Hello students, welcome to our Ayagriva Foundation YouTube channel. In the previous class we all discussed about how the trade was going on between India and other Asian countries with the European countries, and then what made the Europeans to discover new sea route to India, and later which are the countries tried to discover new sea route to India. About this in the previous class we discussed it. So today let us discuss that which are the European countries arrived to India. After that, what are the changes took place in our country. Dear students, when the Europeans arrived to India, not only in Indian history but in European history also many changes took place. Now let us discuss what are those changes. Students, the Europeans, mainly those who came to India, they are the Portuguese, the Dutch, the British and the French. So these are the four European countries, those who came to India in the name of trade. So later many changes took place in our Indian country, in our Indian history. So what are those changes? Today let us discuss one by one. So first let us take the Portuguese. The Portuguese and the Spain, these two are the two European countries who tried to discover a new sea route to India. So in that, the Portuguese or the Portugal country succeeded. Vasco da Gama, one of the Portugal navigator, he discovered new sea route to India in the year of 1498. About this in the previous class itself we discussed it. So today let us discuss some other Portugal viceroys, those who came to India and what are the achievements they made in our country. So Vasco da Gama, after him Francisco de Almeida came to rule. So that means he came to India as a viceroy. Francisco de Almeida came to India, so by that time he followed a policy which is called as Blue Water Policy. Blue Water Policy, it means having supremacy over the water bodies. See, generally almost all the rulers or else almost all the Europeans, they used to try to make supremacy over the land. To get supremacy over the land, they used to try. But very differently, Francisco de Almeida, he followed the policy which is called as Blue Water Policy. His intention is having supremacy over the water bodies. What is the reason behind that? As you know that our South India is in peninsula shape. So three sides also it is covered by water bodies, Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal. If any European wants to make trade with India, means they have to make this through water bodies itself. So if I get control over a water body, definitely the Indian trade will be under the control of Portuguese. It was the idea of Francisco de Almeida. Hence, he followed the policy which is called as Blue Water Policy. So because of this policy, almost 100 years they converted Indian Ocean into the Portugal Sea. They used to call that one as Portugal Sea almost for 100 years. Okay. So then after Francisco de Almeida, one more governor came to India. He is nothing but Alfonso de Albuquerque. Alfonso de Albuquerque. So Alfonso de Albuquerque is considered as the real founder of Portuguese power in India. So why he is called so means, so before this, when we came to India as a Portuguese viceroy, they used to try to fight against the native rulers, okay, or else they used to establish the trading centers. Only with this they used to engage. But Alfonso de Albuquerque, his intention was entirely different. His intention was entirely different. So what is that means? Only having these trading centers or factories are no use. We have to make a administration center of the Portuguese in India. It was the idea of Alfonso de Albuquerque. As a result, with the help of the Vijayanagara Empire, by taking the support of Vijayanagara Empire, he defeated Bijapur Sultan. By defeating Bijapur Sultan, he occupied Goa. After occupying Goa, he made Goa as the Portuguese administration center in India. So thus, Alfonso de Albuquerque is considered as the real Portuguese founder of India. Students, because of these achievements, that blue water policies and the policies of Alfonso de Albuquerque, almost 100 years Indian trade was under the control of the Portuguese. But later, as the English and French entered India, so as a result, the Portuguese power declined. They couldn't compete against the British and the French. As a result, their power came to an end in India. Students, after the Portuguese, let us discuss about another European one who arrived to India. They are nothing but the Dutch. They belongs to Holland or Netherlands. In the year of 1602, by establishing Dutch East India Company, they came to India. As soon as they came to India, they established many trading centers in our country. For example, actually, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the British and the French, all these four European countries established their factories and trading centers in our country. Okay, na? But to remember all those trading places are there, no? So you may feel bit difficulty. So that's what I am giving a code for that. Okay, na? So I think you may remember this code very easily, and suppose in the test or else exam very easily you can recall it. Okay, the trading centers which was established by the Dutch. Okay, so for that I can give a code, so which is called as Bro Manasu. So normally you used to call for your siblings or else your friends, hey bro, come on bro, go bro, add bro. So like this and all you used to call, no? So Bro and Manasu. Bro Manasu. So what do you mean by this Bro Manasu? So this is the code of four places. Okay, so which are those? Means bro means brooch. Bro means brooch. Ma means Machilipatnam. Na means Nagapattanam. Then last one is Su, that is nothing but Surat. So like this, Bro Manasu. So Dutch trading centers are nothing but Bro Manasu. Dutch trading centers are Bro Manasu. Bro means brooch, Ma means Machilipatnam, Na means Nagapatnam, and finally Su means Surat. Many more trading centers are there, but the very important trading centers are these four. Okay, students, though the Dutch East India Company established many trading centers in India also, later they failed to compete against the other European countries like the French and the British. As the French and the British came to India, they started to engage in war between each other. So in between that, the Dutch suffered a lot. So because of that, they left India and they concentrated towards the southeast islands of Asian countries. So thus, Dutch power came to an end. Students, after discussing with the two Europeans like the Portuguese and the Dutch, let us go to another European country, one who arrived to India. They are nothing but English. As you all know that this is the one and only European country who ruled our country more than 200 years. So let us discuss how the British came to India and how they started to establish their trading centers. In the year of 1600, English East India Company took permission from the Queen England to make trade in the eastern countries. So by taking that permission, they came to India in the year of 1613. They came to India in the year of 1613 and established some trading centers. Actually, their first trading center was established at Surat. So after this, they decided to establish some more trading centers or factories in India. So that's what the British government appointed a ambassador, royal ambassador, who is called as Sir Thomas Roe. Sir Thomas Roe was the royal ambassador from England and he came to India. When he came to India, the India, especially North India, was administrating by Mughals. By the time, the Mughal emperor was Jahangir. So by taking permission from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir, Sir Thomas Roe succeeded to establish many trading centers in the Mughal Empire. So after this, already in North India they have established many trading centers, and they concentrated towards the entire part of India. For example, towards east side. So that is nothing but Calcutta. You know, nearby Calcutta, they established, means they purchased some villages. By purchasing some villages on the bank of river Hooghly, they also built a fort which is called as Fort William. So later on, one of the cities started to grow up on the bank of river Hooghly and next to the Fort William. So as a result, Calcutta city, at present it is called as Kolkata. So the Calcutta grew up. So that one became one of the major trading center and administrative center of the British. And then if you come towards west side, okay, west side means Maharashtra. You know, in Maharashtra, very easily the British East India Company got a trading center which is called as Bombay. Present name of Bombay is Mumbai. Earlier it was called as Bombay. How they got this place so easily means, England king was called as Charles II. Charles II married with the princess of Portugal. As a result, he got dowry from the Portugal. So that dowry is nothing but Bombay Marshy Islands. Actually, being in England, Charles II was unable to administrate over the Bombay Marshy Island. As a result, what happened? He decided to hand over that one to the English East India Company. Thus, Bombay came to the hand of English East India Company. Okay, so like this, in north, east and west, in these places very easily they established their trading centers. Then if you come to South India, one of the king nearby Tamil Nadu, who is Chandragiri king, he handed over some places to the British. So that place is nothing but Madras. So at present it is called as Chennai. So like this, very easily the British established their trading centers. Okay students, here as I told that the Europeans have established many trading centers. Okay, to remember those names you may feel difficulty, that's what I am giving some code. Okay, the trading centers of the English is there, no, that code is ABC. ABC, it's very easily you can remember. Why? Because alphabetic letters of the English, they only introduce, no, so that the trading centers we can remember with their alphabetic letters only. That is nothing but ABC. What do you mean by ABC? A means Agra and Ahmedabad, A means. Then B means, so with this you can remember one more name also, that is Surat. Why? Because that is the first trading centers of the British in India. So that is nothing but Surat. So like this, the British established many trading centers in India. In that, very important one is ABC. Okay, ABC and MS. Agra, Ahmedabad. A means, B means Bombay, C means Calcutta, M means Madras and S means Surat. Okay, so in this, Bombay, Calcutta and Madras are the, no, these three are the administrative centers of the British in India. In the west, Bombay, in the east, Calcutta, and in the south, Madras. So like this, with very well planned, the British established their administrative centers in India. Students, after discussing about the English, let us come to the last European one who arrived to India in the name of trade. So they are nothing but the French. The French East India Company was established in the year of 1664. When they came to India, they established many trading centers like other European countries. And later, one of the French governor, one who came to India in the year of 1764, is nothing but Dupleix. When Dupleix came to India, so by that time his plan was entirely different. Actually, he wanted to establish the French power in India. As the British power is increasing in our country, as they are establishing so many number of factories or trading centers in India. Likewise, even the French also wanted to establish their trading centers, as well as he wanted to implement, or he wanted to establish French power in India. Okay, so that's what, because of the ambition of Dupleix, it led to the wars between the British and the French, which were called as Carnatic Wars. Okay, na? Before that, students, before going to the Carnatic Wars, the trading centers which were established by the French, about that let us discuss. So, as I have given code to the previous European countries trading centers in India, likewise for French trading centers in India also one code is there. So that is nothing but CB Mama. Okay, French trading centers are CB Mama. So what is this CB Mama? C means Chandranagar, B means Balasur, Ma means Machilipatnam or Mahe. So two places also you can write Mahe and Machilipatnam. Mahe and Machilipatnam. So Ma means Mahe and another Ma means Machilipatnam. Okay, so this is the code for French trading centers in India. CB Mama. C means Chandranagar, B means Balasur, Ma means Mahe, another Ma means Machilipatnam. So let us add one more place to this trading center. So that is nothing but Pondicherry. Why? Because Pondicherry was one of the major trading centers of the French in India. Pondicherry. Okay, students, in this class we have discussed about the 4 European countries who arrived to India in the name of trade, and they established their trading centers, and in that the French and the British, as they came to India, the power of Dutch and Portuguese completely declined, and later the competition between the French and the English, it led to the Carnatic Wars further. So about Carnatic Wars let us discuss in the next class. Thank you.
ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಬೆಲ್ ಐಕನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳ ನೋಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೊದಲು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸಂದೇಹಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ತರಗತಿಗಳು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ತಲುಪುವಂತೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.